Well, it is Thursday and I am back in the office. I was in Philadelphia this morning representing a client at a motion. It was a motion to terminate probation early. I'll be coming out with a blog article on that later on next week, possibly this weekend. But it's the point that sometimes we have to stress with clients that the early termination of a probation is very often contested by the district attorney's office. And really, what has to happen is you really have to build a mitigation packet and explain to the judge why probation should be terminated early. Perhaps it's some type of life event. Person wants to move on with their life and they have some time left on probation. And while initially the judge did sentence the person to probation, would find to get the probation cut short because of some other circumstance that has arisen. In that article, I'm going to lay out the factors that you need to consider and the kind of support you need to make it a viable motion. So please look for that article. In addition, I did come out with an article today regarding college living situations and dorm rooms and housing. And a lot of people have moved their son or daughter back onto campus. I believe that throughout the country, most schools, if not all of them, are all now back. And people are living in dorms, off-campus housing at the undergraduate and graduate level. People move into dorm rooms oftentimes with strangers. Now, I know with social media and Facebook, it isn't like it was 20, 30 years ago. We moved in, and the first time you met the person was through, that initial meeting in the dorm room. I remember my freshman college roommate, he was from Cleveland, Ohio. I didn't know him. I just seen his picture in this book that the school had published, and that was it. But now with the Zoom and everything else, you pretty much met the person before you move in. But in that article, I detail a issue that no one wants to have, no one thinks they're going to have, but it has to do with illegal activity in a college dorm room or a home and how that can create a problem who isn't involved with it. In that article, I talk about the issue of constructive versus actual possession and what that means in the law and how, unfortunately, your son or daughter can be charged with a situation like that if they're found in a home that contains illegal activity. We have represented people like that in the past. That does happen. The best solution is to move out, but sometimes that always isn't an immediate solution, and sometimes, quite frankly, it happens by surprise. So in that article, I kind of detail what people should be doing to kind of separate their belongings from a person they believe may be involved in some criminal activity. I think it's an important blog article that every parent should read, every student should read if you're headed off to college for the first time, or you're just returning to school and living with some new people. But again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The website, gamboandlaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. All my books, my blogs, my videos are available there in one convenient format. Tomorrow is Friday. We're coming out with our weekly update, which goes out to over 4,000 of our current and former clients in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. We're going to have some fantastic articles in there. We're going to bring together all of our latest content, including my latest podcast with workers' compensation attorney Sam Gaylord. We put it out on the website. We uploaded it today. It was a great area to talk about workers' compensation, disability. Remember, our podcast, I usually feature attorneys who practice outside of our area of criminal defense because we know it's important to clients and their families to hear about those areas. But once again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And finally, I'll be coming out with an article regarding ignition interlock devices in Pennsylvania and how to qualify for them. There's a lot of misinformation out there that I need to tell people about, and how, if you're considering an ignition interlock device, how that's done. It's not automatic, and the cost associated with it. So again, have a great Thursday, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you all very soon.